Welcome to our podcast, where we explore timeless biblical lessons and their relevance to modern life. Today, we're diving into an unexpected journey through pain, resilience, and divine intervention. Let's start with some modern-day scenarios that might resonate with you. Sarah, a 32-year-old single mother, feels isolated and overwhelmed raising her child alone in a new city. She often wonders if anyone sees her struggles or if God cares about her situation. Emily, a 28-year-old surrogate, is carrying a child for a couple she barely knows. She's experiencing conflicting emotions and fears about her role and future. Jessica, a 35-year-old stepmother, feels caught between her husband and his ex-wife, struggling to find her place in a complex family dynamic. These women, like many others, may feel unseen, unheard, and alone in their journeys. But what if I told you their stories mirror an ancient tale of a woman who found herself in the wilderness of pain and uncertainty? Enter Hagar, an Egyptian slave in the Bible whose experience echoes through time, connecting with the struggles of modern women and revealing unexpected truths about God's character and our own spiritual journeys. Hagar's story begins when Sarah, unable to conceive, gives her to Abraham as a surrogate. After becoming pregnant, Hagar faces mistreatment from Sarah and flees into the wilderness. It's in this moment of desperation that God intervenes. Now here's where things get interesting. Hagar's wilderness experience isn't just a personal story. It's a powerful metaphor that resonates throughout the Bible. The Israelites, too, spent 40 years in the wilderness after their exodus from Egypt. This connection between wilderness and pain, between isolation and spiritual growth, is a thread that runs through many biblical narratives. In Genesis 16, we see God's compassion for Hagar. An angel appears to her by a spring, addressing her by name and asking about her situation. This divine encounter shows us that God sees and cares for the overlooked and marginalized. Hagar's response to this encounter is remarkable. She gives God a name, El Roi, meaning the God who sees me. This act of naming God is unique in the Bible and demonstrates Hagar's profound faith and recognition of God's personal care for her. But here's an unexpected twist. Hagar's story doesn't end with this encounter. She returns to Abraham and Sarah, only to be cast out again years later with her son Ishmael. Once more she finds herself in the wilderness, facing death and despair. Yet again God intervenes, providing water and hope. This pattern of exile, wilderness, and divine intervention isn't just Hagar's story, it's Israel's story too. Just as Moses met God in the burning bush beyond the wilderness, Hagar met God through a miraculous well. Both encounters led to promises of nationhood and divine guidance. So, what can modern women learn from Hagar's unexpected journey? First, the wilderness, while painful, can be a place of profound encounter with God. Like Hagar, you may find that your darkest moments become opportunities for divine revelation. Second, God sees you, even when you feel invisible. Like Hagar in the wilderness, you're not alone in your struggles. God is aware of your situation and cares deeply about you and your children. Third, your story may have unexpected twists and turns. Hagar's journey wasn't linear. She faced multiple exiles and returns. Your path may similarly wind through valleys and peaks, but God remains constant. Fourth, your experiences, even the painful ones, may be preparing you for a greater purpose. Hagar and Ishmael's wilderness journey foreshadowed Israel's own exodus and wanderings. Your struggles may be shaping you for future ministry or testimony. How can you incorporate these lessons into your life? 1. Embrace the wilderness moments. Instead of fighting against difficult seasons, look for God's presence within them. 2. Practice naming your experiences with God. Like Hagar's El Roi, find ways to articulate how you've seen God work in your life. 3. Look for unexpected connections in your spiritual journey. Your experiences may mirror biblical patterns in surprising ways. 4. Trust in God's larger plan. Your current challenges don't define your or your children's futures. Hold on to hope and faith in God's promises. 5. Be an El Roi to others. Just as God saw Hagar, look for opportunities to see and support other women who might be struggling or feeling invisible. Remember, like Hagar, you are seen, heard, and valued by God. Your journey, with all its unexpected twists and turns, is important to Him. As you face your own wilderness moments, know that the God who saw Hagar sees you too, and He is faithful to provide, protect, and guide you and your children. Thank you for joining us today. If this message resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need encouragement. Until next time, remember, you are seen, you are loved, and you are not alone.